Hello everyone, it's Theo again, back at you with another lecture or e-lecture for spring 2013, English 212. Okay, I hope you guys are all doing well. Please be careful when on the roads out there because it is really nutty out there. It's the snow is still coming down like crazy, so be careful on the roads. I've already slid around an awful lot, and I have a big four-wheel drive, so just be careful. Okay, hold on. On the 13th of this month, February 13th, you have two things that are due. One, you have the proposal, which I've already described at length, and I'm going to describe further in a follow-up lecture that I'm going to be putting up right after this lecture. The second thing that you're going to be doing is the rough draft for your professional portfolio, meaning you have to do a career analysis, which I'm going to describe in a little bit, so hang on. And then you're going to do a cover letter for a career of your choice for a fictional job. I'll talk about that later. And you're going to do a resume. I'm pretty sure you guys have all either seen or already have made a resume at some point in your life, so I don't need to describe what that looks like. Okay, for this project, let me be absolutely clear. It's a rough draft that's due the 13th of February. You're going to submit that to a partner of my choosing. I'm going to tell you who to send your documents to and how you are going to do the peer review process. So it'll be one person looking over your work and then advising as necessary. The final draft is due the 18th. That's nearly 2 weeks away. So you have a good amount of time to be working on this. So don't stress out too much about this particular project, but get a lot out of it. Anyways, the first part that you're going to do is a career analysis, which is an analysis of the type of career that you're looking for. What is it that you want to do with your life? What is the career that you want? Furthermore, and most importantly at this point, is how do you gain entry into that career? This is a really important project to me. It really is. This is probably the most meaningful of the projects that I have you guys do, or have any of my students do, really. I'm a very lucky, very, very lucky man. I wake up every morning really excited about the day that's going to come, and I go to bed every night really grateful for the day that was. But that's because I had to work really, really hard to become this. I had to, I'm still in the process of getting a PhD and whatnot, and doing the things that I have to do to really fully gain entry into my field. But it's what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do with my life, and I'm going to do everything that I can to not only gain further entry into it, but to maintain a competitive advantage so that I can take my career to the highest potential that I want it to. Meaning that, in the words of Eric Cartman, I do what I want. And no, I'm not going to do the voice. But yeah, some people would ask at this point, or they might say, oh, I don't really know what I want to do. Or I'm sure many of you guys don't exactly have a major yet. You have no idea what you want to do. My only advice with that, and it's kind of cheesy, but it's the way that I deal with it. I always think of little me, not from Austin Powers, not mini me, but I always think of the younger me and like the things that I wanted to do with my life and what I wanted to be when I grew up and what impressed me, what kinds of things I looked up to. And I always think, okay, what did I want to be when I grew up? How do I Um, is what I'm doing something that when I was a little kid, is that something that, wow, I want to grow up and do that? And I also try to think of um, what would little me, what would younger me look up to? And if younger me were to see me right now, would that version of me be impressed by the older me? Would he look up and say, "Wow, I want to be like him"? And so I always try to have that dialogue with myself. You guys might have another way of looking at it. I'm not sure. Everybody has a different means, but the average career, the average life changing moments in a person's life, usually that's a career. Usually people go through about 6 careers in the average American, about 6 career shifts in a life, in their lifetime. The thing I don't want for you is I don't want for you to go to college, get a degree from here, or wherever you choose to go. If you don't stay here at UAA, that's fine as well. But whatever you do, the thing I don't want is for you to get a degree and then realize later on, I just wasted 4 years of my life, and I just wasted, or even longer. Yeah, I'm in this career, and I don't want to be in this career anymore. I'm bored. I did it for the money, and that's all. I'm not passionate about this. Or B, there's no work in this field anymore. So I want you to analyze your career very carefully in this, because I want you to be able to really know at this point, is this what I want to do with my life? Okay? And you want to be happy. That's the most, oh God, I sound really cheesy, but that's the most important thing, is to make sure that you're happy. If you're not happy, you're not productive. If you're not productive, you're not prosperous. And if you're not prosperous, you're hurting. So now's the time to make the choice and make it well. Make it carefully. Okay, your career analysis. 1 page, single space, 12-point font in memo format. You're going to be submitting this with your cover letter and with your resume. So it's going to look like just any memo. The things I want you to answer within this 1 page. Tell us what your career is. How do you find jobs in this field? Are they in the newspaper? Are they on the internet? Social media? Are they through professional organizations? How do you find jobs? How do you find work in this field? That's the first thing you need to know. Because sometimes people would be looking for work in a particular field, but they don't know where to look. And then other people know where to look, and they're going to get there before you get there. So you want to make sure to know exactly how to get those jobs. You're not going to get a job if you don't know if you don't know if it's open or not, or if you don't even know that job exists. So find out how to do that. Okay, what's the job market look like in this field? How competitive is this job market? Furthermore, does this job have, this career choice, does it have lasting potential? Anyone who went into print media, like they work for the newspaper, the hard copy newspaper that Dad used to read on his easy chair, that technology is going away. It's going more towards the internet. Could have been a bad career choice if you chose to only stay within print media. But you have to adapt. So those people who were working with the paper newspaper and writing for the paper newspaper had to adapt to work with a different, with the internet, a different technology. Same is true, say you're an auto mechanic. You know, back in the day, almost anyone could have fixed a car. They're so easy. They were so easy back in the day when it was just a basic engine. Now you look in there and it's like looking into the Matrix. So difficult. So many computers and so many different things. If you didn't adapt, if you didn't learn to work on the new technology, you're out of a job. So you have to see whether or not, okay, first of all, you have to figure out, will this actually be a job? The majority of not the majority, but a large amount of jobs that we have right now were not even in existence 20 years ago. They don't exist. So you have to be able to adapt. So what is it? What does your job look like? What does the career look like? What's the potential for that career? Is it growing or is it less? Is it dwindling? If you don't think that your career choice is going to be there in 20 years, get out of it right now. Okay? Okay, and what's the starting salary? How competitive is the job market? How will you maintain that advantage? I've already talked about that. Furthermore, and as far as developing your portfolio, you have to figure out what is it that you can do to maintain that critical advantage. What kind of classes can you take right now, as well as later on? What kind of internships, what kind of affiliations, certifications? Unfortunately, in this world, it's who you know. In many cases, the way you're going to get ahead is by who you know. And the only way you're going to know is to get out there and get involved. Get involved with different fellowships and internships and different organizations where you can meet people that are in your field. The more people you know, the better you communicate with them, the more they know about the work that you do, the more that your resume is transparent, the better your career is going to be. For my particular career, I have to go to conferences. I have to every year. In fact, next month I'm going to Oklahoma, Colorado, and Pennsylvania. I have to go to all these different conferences to present my work, my research, and talk to other people within my field. That's so that A, I can learn from them, and B, that they can learn from me and know who I am. So when I need a job, I know where to go. Or they're already well aware of what I do. Okay, do you have to do any publications? Do you have to recertify with different things? Do you have to take any safety measures? Safety certifications and whatnot. And what is the hiring process? Is it just one interview? Is it a set of several interviews? Do you have to do a test? I was a former chef at one point, for about 10 years. And some of the interviews I actually had to perform. I had to cook. One guy made me clean a walk-in freezer. Another guy made me cut 5 pounds of carrots in different styles. But every job has a different hiring practice. And I want you to know what that hiring practice is and write it within your career analysis. Okay? So in one page, let me be absolutely clear. In one page, answer all of these questions. You could do that in bullet point form. Sorry, my alarm's going off. You could do it in bullet point form, or you can do it in, just one through 5. You could do it that way, or you could do it through paragraphs. Either way, as long as it is clear, and that you answer these questions in a direct and professional manner.